All right, I am coming to you from my chair today because you are probably sitting in your chair while watching this, likely thinking that your neck is sore and tight and just feels like it does not feel generally very good. And I get you, we all feel like that after a day at our desk. But neck circles are not going to get you anywhere. If you want to stretch your neck, you need to take time. You need to give it time to warm up, to start getting moving in the direction you'd like it to go. So if you have 5 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the best neck stretches. And all you need to do is sit on the edge of your chair. I'm not sure if you can see my feet here, but you want to move yourself to the edge of your chair and get your heels right underneath those knees so that way you feel your most upright. If you're slumping, you're already going to be missing out. So get yourself nice and upright, but you should be fairly comfortable. Like I said, we're going to be here for 5 minutes. And the very first thing you're going to do is take a big exhale and send your shoulders down your back. What I mean by that is I want the bottoms of those shoulder blades pointing down towards your hips. Don't have your shoulders all shrugged up. Let them fall towards your hips. And now I want you to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. And just let gravity do its work. If you've got a big heavy ponytail like me, it's going to add a little extra weight. It's kind of nice. But you just want to send that ear towards your shoulder. You don't want to bring your shoulder towards your ear. You might not realize that you're shrugging your shoulder up a little. Let that shoulder fall down and let your head go towards the ear. We're going to spend 15, 20, 30 seconds here. As you're watching this, if I'm moving too fast, feel free to pause and hang out there as long as you want. Maybe you feel like your head's getting a little farther as time is progressing. Now you're going to bring your head up to the middle, reset, make sure your head, shoulders, and hips are all in a nice straight line. Shoulders down the back, and now bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And if you're like me, you're going to notice one side felt like it moved a lot better than the other. I have no idea what it looks like on the other side of this camera, but I do know it felt like the right side went a lot easier. And again, make sure that the right or the left shoulder are not hiking up. Keep those shoulders down. We're trying to start to stretch the side of the neck. Just getting to the beginning of stretching our trap muscles, those places where we get those rock hard knots. Trying to let that area start to relax a little bit. Make sure that you're staying nice and upright, and let that head relax. And take another few breaths here, keeping the shoulders down. Keeping the shoulders down might be the most active part of this right here. And then bring the head back up to the middle. All right, once again, every time we come to the middle, we're resetting head, shoulders, hips, straight line, shoulders down the back. Now I want you to take your right hand and bring it just right on top of your left ear. You're going to gently pull the head towards the shoulder. But when that arm came up, I don't want my shoulder to come up. And for this to happen, I want to keep the shoulder down. You might need to squeeze the muscles right below the shoulder blade, those lat muscles, to help keep the head down. And then bring the head towards the shoulder, but again, make sure that you're not letting your shoulder poke up. Be very mindful and pull the shoulder down, and try not to let your ribs flare and your lower back start to arch. Stay nice and stacked. Just be here and breathe. You should feel this is a more intense stretch than when your hand was not there. But make sure that you're not yanking on your head. This is just a little assistance here, a little weight to get your head farther than it would have on its own. Take a few more breaths here. And then release and come back to the middle. Now one side probably feels nice and open and the other side feels a little crunched, so we're going to take that on the other side again. Head, shoulders, hips in a straight line, shoulders down your back. Take the left hand and get it right above the right ear and gently bring the head across. And now you can see my shoulder, it just on its own, it floated up to the ear. See how close that is? We're gonna let that shoulder fall away from the ear. Pull it down again. Pulling the shoulder down might be the most active part of this. You might notice one side was tighter than the other, or one shoulder wanted to come up more than the other shoulder did. For me, going to the left is much harder than going to the right. But be here and breathe. Keep those ribs down. You don't want to start leaning back. Don't look up. If you're looking up at your light, you're sitting way too far back and leaning way too far back. You want to be looking directly ahead of you. Keep pulling the shoulder down, gently tugging on the head. My hand placement is so gentle, it shouldn't mess up my hair. Taking deep inhales and exhales can be really helpful here for calming yourself down and letting things stretch. But make sure that that right shoulder, going opposite the direction you're reaching, stays down. Don't let it shrug up. Take a few more breaths here. And release and come back to the middle. So now you can go back and forth a little bit and see, ooh, maybe you've got a lot more range of motion, but like leaning forward, you still feel very tight. It does not feel nice up in there. So we're gonna start to bring the head forward now. Again, check your head, shoulders, hips are in a nice straight line, shoulder blades down the back. And what I want you to do is reach back just by the nape of your neck at that hairline behind your ear, if you can reach this far. And you are going to pull your head towards your knee in that direction. You want your nose to be going basically in line with your right nipple towards your knee here. And the same thing we did before, pull on the head gently to bring the head down, keeping that shoulder down. Get a good grip on the back of the head so your hand doesn't slide off. You can close your eyes if you want to relax here. Oh, it's making me tired, it's so relaxing. And looking down, gazing down at that knee or at your chest, you want to be going towards your right. And breathe and relax. Take a few more breaths here. Now when your chin is coming towards your chest, it's obviously a little harder to breathe. Your airway is restricted, so try to soften the throat. Don't hold any tension in the throat or the jaw here. Let your teeth be separate. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. You might notice you can lean farther forward, but be careful. You don't want to hinge forward. We're not moving forward from the hips or the spine or the lower spine. We're just moving from the neck. And release. Come up. Again, we're going to check that the head, shoulders, hips are in a nice straight line. Shoulders down your back. Take your left hand and reach behind the right ear down by that hairline. And pull your head towards your left knee. But again, we don't want to lean forward. Sorry, this might sound a little weird because I'm leaning towards the mic. But we want to be moving from the neck only. Keep those hips down and the ribs nice and upright. It's only the head that's reaching towards that knee. And close your eyes and relax. You want your nose towards your knee. I'm looking up a little bit to get away from the microphone for you, but we really want to be down here. Again, relaxing the jaw, softening the face. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Soften your throat. Try not to lean forward from the hips, only lean forward from the neck. Take a few more breaths here and release. All right, we have 2 more stretches. Watch here because I'm going to demonstrate them and then we'll do them together. So you're going to interlace your hands and put them right behind your neck here, right at the base of the skull. I'm going to turn around so you can see what I mean. See, interlacing them right on the hairline. You don't want to be down on your neck. You really want to be on the head. You're going to create a little traction here in the neck. Then you're going to bring your elbows towards the nose here, pull the elbows in. Lean forward at the head, only at the neck, and pull your head down gently. As you're pulling down, keep your shoulders down and stay as upright as you can. Then you're going to pull on one elbow at a time. You're still watching, then we'll do it together. And let the other arm come up naturally, but don't lift it. And then go to the other side. When I say don't lift the arm, I don't want you to go like this. You're not reaching with the up elbow. It's only coming up as a result of pulling the arm down. We're going to go side to side. So interlace those hands here. Place them behind your neck. And let your head fall forward, bending at the neck. Try not to lean at the hips. We're not bringing your head between our legs here. And my hands are on my head. They're not on my neck. If I were to put them on my neck, I wouldn't get much of a stretch. My head is the lever here, right? I'm pulling on the lever to stretch the neck. Elbows are going towards my knees or just past my knees in that general direction. And you should feel a fairly intense stretch down your back. We had really warmed up all these muscles and gave them a chance to start mobilizing. So you're getting a much bigger stretch here than if you just cold tugged on your neck. I want you to take your left elbow and pull it down, and the right elbow only comes up as much as it naturally does because of the left elbow going down. Same thing on the right side. Pull that right elbow down. We're going to go back and forth a few times here. If that's too intense, you can move your hands a little bit up or down the skull to find the place that creates the appropriate amount of pressure, or just go back to staying stationary. And then when you're ready, release the hands. And I would do a few little shoulder circles here to kind of push things back in the direction that they want to go in. And if you have time, grab 2 blocks and lie down on the floor on those blocks, with one underneath your head and one underneath the upper back, only as low as the top of your bra strap. You want to make sure that that block doesn't get any lower than your shoulder blades, and lay on that just to open the chest as well, to go in the opposite direction we just went in. But this is a great series of stretches to really stretch that upper neck and back area that gets so unhappy from sitting at a desk all day. I know it seems like we look down all day, so why would we want to look down more? But when we pull our muscles to the point of getting exhausted, they get very tight. So we want to lengthen them a little bit. I hope this helps make you feel a little better and a little less stressed today.